Hello, welcome to Nattys Crafts. I'm Natalie. I always do all the crafting. And today we're going to do a West Elm dupe. It's kind of this wood art piece thing. So we're going to make that, see what turns out. So go ahead, if you would, give the video a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and be sure to subscribe. When you subscribe, you should hit the bell so you know when the next video comes out. So let's go ahead and go take a look. So we're going to make that wood art sculpture from West Elm, a dupe of West Elm. It was $149 at West Elm. Mine is smaller, but I think it's still cute. So we're going to start off with these random wood pieces that I had. It's some sort of toy. I don't know. I got it from a thrift store at some point in my life. I don't know. And what I'm going to do is just do a fake stain on it. So just brown paint mixed with water. And we're just going to make that wood look a little darker so that it matches a little better with my home. And depending on how much water you use or what color brown you use, you know, obviously you can make it any color you want. Well, you could paint it too, for that matter. You could paint it white or black or gray or whatever. I'm sticking with wood, surprisingly, not doing black, just to prove that there are a few other colors in my house besides black. But anyway, so we're just going to cover the wood, and I did use a good handful of pieces, and so I'm going to do this for all of those pieces. And if you have random wood pieces or old toys from your children, the more shapes you have, I think the more fun your sculpture can be. This is completely out of your own head, so you can make it look however you want it to look. I very loosely followed what West Elm did in their sculpture that they had, that they were selling. It's not theirs, but what they were selling. And then we're going to figure out how we want it put together. So again, this is totally your craft, so you get to put it together however you want. I was trying to make it look, I don't know how to explain, but like I was going up. Like I wanted it to look like the focus was to look up. And so that's what I was going for. And I maybe didn't quite hit what I wanted to, but that's okay. And so I'm going to loosely lay it together there so I know how large it is. And then I'm going to end up using 2 popsicle sticks or craft sticks, small ones, on the back of the art piece so that it will help give them some strength instead of just glue. So instead of just gluing them to each other. I was planning on screwing them together, but that ended up being too difficult on the triangles because I couldn't get a hole into the top of the triangle. So instead, I painted some popsicle sticks, and then I'm going to use both wood glue and hot glue and glue the sticks onto the wood pieces there. And I did also, I should say, I did also glue the wood pieces to each other before placing the popsicle stick on the back. You'll see that in the next set. I forgot to do it for this first set. Or I forgot to record it for this first set. So we're just going to put that down rather low. So again, we have as much stability at the bottom as possible. We're trying to make it a little stronger. And then we do want to get rid of any extra glue because we obviously don't want it to look sloppy. And then I'm going to figure out the top. So my little triangles are not straight. So then I thought, well, if I just make them all look really not straight, maybe that'll kind of go, it'll be a theme. But as I was kind of messing around, I ended up not liking that. And so I ended up trying to make them a little straighter. So you see there, I've got it really offset, like really kind of crooked and looking like it's leaning. But then I decided, nah, that looks maybe a little too much, little too much. So then I ended up just evening them out. And then again, I'm going to glue the wood pieces to each other, to themselves, both wood glue and hot glue. Oh, sorry about that. And then once I've got them stuck together, I'm going to then put, how do I say this? Put the bottom half that I've already glued, start putting the pieces on that. So a little bit of glue at the top of the triangle, and then I'm going to put the half circle. Is a half circle, is that called a semicircle? I don't know. I'm not good with shapes. I don't know what shapes are. But anyway, so I'm going to glue that down, and then I'm going to lay it flat again, and then put the top piece on, glue the top piece to that bottom piece, and then we're going to glue the popsicle stick on the back. I mean, it's really very simple, very elementary. It doesn't need a whole lot of explanation, honestly. You can see what I'm doing pretty easily. You do want to make sure, though, I have to say, my wood pieces were quite thick, or are quite thick and quite heavy. And so you do have to make sure you have enough support, because obviously you don't want them just falling apart and falling down on the floor or whatever. And so again, I'm just going to use some hot glue and some wood glue, putting the wood glue down first, of course. And then once I glued it all together the way I wanted, I did let it lay, just set down. I set it down on the table and just let it lay there for a couple hours just to make sure the wood glue had some time to kind of set up. Obviously the hot glue, and this is wood hot glue I was using as well, but gave it enough time to kind of set up so that it had a little bit more strength. And then the last piece was the stand. Now I wanted the stand to be a square or a rectangle piece, just like the West Elm sculpture had, but I didn't have a square piece of wood. So I compromised and used these little, I don't know what these are, corners, I guess is what they are. And they kind of look like feet. And I didn't realize that until I made it. And I took a picture of it as my end result and realized, gosh, those look like feet. I didn't want feet. Maybe if I would have had them facing themselves, it wouldn't look as like feet as much. Maybe if I wouldn't have mentioned it, you wouldn't have noticed it either. I don't know. But now that's probably all you can see is feet. I thank you so much for stopping by today. I sure hope that you can give the video a big thumbs up. Leave a comment below and then also subscribe. When you subscribe, you should hit the bell so you know when my next video comes out. Thank you so much for stopping by. I sure hope that you will appreciate today, as tomorrow is never promised. Thanks, y'all. Y'all have a great one.